that taco bake video asking me to do a video recipe step by step. So I did it. Here's how it turned out tonight. Delicious again. And yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna start by like rapid firing everything you need to make that and rice. Alright, so starting with the hamburger. Don't leave it frozen like I did. This was a mistake. I thought I pulled it out. Then you need an onion, obviously, tortillas, sour cream. I used white cheese and I used yellow cheese. You'll need some oil, an onion. You'll need this or any type of chicken bouillon will work. You'll need jasmine rice. Make sure it's jasmine, not with rice. Tomato sauce. Just like one of the cheap ones in the can that literally just say tomato sauce, we just need a splash. And then cheese, but make sure it's not pre-shredded, like you shred the cheese. It makes a difference for every meal. And then all your seasonings. So I use paprika, onion powder, stop your mamas, and Sazon. You'll need taco seasoning, and a little bit of adobo. You can use whatever you want. This is just if you like to do it exactly how I did it in that video. I'm going to start by chopping my onion. So I'm going to cut some of this off of the rice, and then I'm going to use whatever's left for the taco meat. I like my chunks for the rice to be like big, so I can push them to the side. A chunk like that off. Now this is what I'm going to use for the rice. I'm going to cut the onion for the taco meat really small because I just don't like big chunks of my meat. So now we have our onions for the meat and for the rice, and make sure you have some sort of dish that is round that you can layer everything baked in, because this is kind of essential. So now I'm going to take this pot and I'm going to start the hamburger, which is going to be fun for this person. This is probably about a pound and a half. Okay, we're about 5 minutes in. Let me show you. I'm doing pretty good for being completely frozen. Only got like one big. I'm not going to start the rice until the hamburger is like done and ready to get almost layered, because the rice only takes like maybe 10-15 minutes, and you still have to layer the taco bake, and then you still have to bake it. So once the hamburger is done, we'll start on the next steps and then start doing them pretty fast. But right now, I'm working this frozen shit to cook, so you ready? So it's about fully brown now. Before I drain the excess grease off, I'm going to put just a little bit of salt and pepper on it. Don't ask me why before, it's just out of habit at this point. I do it every time I make ground beef. So now that this is almost done, I'm going to leave the onion. I'm going to let this cook down a little bit, and then I'll be back and we'll start the rice too. Okay, so now you're going to take your rice, and you're going to measure out a cup and a half. You can wash your rice, don't wash your rice. I usually wash my rice. When I made it the other day in that video, I didn't have time to wash it, so tonight, for video purposes, to remake it, I'm not going to wash it again. So we're going to do a cup and a half. Okay, so a cup and a half. Get your pot that you're going to use for the rice. And then just take your oil. Okay, so just like coat the bottom of it. That's what I do. Okay, so now is where you would drain your ground beef. This one cooked down enough where there's really no grease in this, so I'm not even going to bother draining it because there's nothing to drain. So now you're going to turn your burner on for your rice. You're going to put that on like high 8 with the heat up. So now you're going to take your adobo. This is the paprika, just a little dash. Stop your mamas, just a little. Okay, so now I put some taco seasoning in while it's dry. Like that much. And now we're going to mix everything. So now I'm going to let it cook for just a little bit with the seasonings on it, like a minute or two. Okay, now your oil should be hot. I'm just going to take one of those and throw it in, so you're going to take your rice. And now you're just going to mix this around until it looks like all of it is coated with some oil. Just like that, and now we're going to let this cook until they all start to turn like a different white color. So now you cooked it a little bit with the seasonings on it. It should look delicious. Now we're going to take some water and a decent amount of taco seasoning. So this should be the consistency you're going for. More of like a wet taco. And honestly, I'm going to put another little splash of water in there. And okay. So now I'm going to mix this back up. And I'm going to turn this on low, and I'm just going to let this sit here now while I do the rice. While your rice is cooking now, it's going to be not quite ready to go yet, but like when it's like halfway roasted, now I'm going to throw my onions in. And then just mix those in. And then just keep toasting the rice essentially. Now with the rice, I'm going to keep roasting it until some of them start to get like a golden brown color. So we're at like the white stage, and we're going to wait until it gets a little bit like golden, and then we'll move on. Okay, so your rice should look like this now. So now you're going to take your tomato sauce and you're just going to put like a little splash like that in it. And then I just evenly coat that. Now Now you're going to take 2 cups of water. You're going to take this. Usually I just shake and measure, but for video purposes, let's say like a tablespoon and a half. Now you're going to bring all this to a boil. I'm also going to take some Saison. And just a little bit of onion powder. A tiny amount of adobo. Okay, now we're going to mix all this in. Okay, so while the rice is coming to a boil, we're going to go back to the hamburger. So when I made it the other night, I had a little bit of a jar of this in my fridge. So I started the recipe with this, and then I ended it with this one because this is what I had. So to redo the video, I bought this one again so I can make it. Like maybe half the jar. The rice comes to a boil. So once the rice comes to a boil, put it down on simmer and put a timer on for like 15 minutes. Okay, so take your sour cream and just take like 3 spoonfuls. So 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5. And that should be good. Okay, so now take like a decent handful of your shredded cheese and put that in. Now you can preheat your oven to 380. And now your hamburger should be looking like this. Like almost like a really thick roux tempeh. I'm going to put a splash of milk in this. Okay, you're also going to take like the tiniest splash of this. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, so you're going to take this. And you're going to put the tortilla down. And you're going to spread it like that. And you're going to take another one. Put it on top. Okay. Do your next tortilla. Usually, you'd be done right there, but I still have tortillas and I still have more scoop, so I'm going to put one more on. And then this is your top layer, so you're going to put that on like that. You're going to take what's left in your pan. Okay. You're going to flatten this out. Okay, so now it should all be layered like so. This is the part where I ran out of the yellow cheese, so I used the white cheese when I made it. So you're just going to take this, and I literally just went spoonful, 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 like that, and then I just took it and I swirled it around. Take some cheese. This is what it looks like with the cheese. Not a lot, just something on the top to give it like a pull when you cut it. And then put this in the oven now for like 10-15 minutes. Just keep watching it. When your rice is done, this is what it should look like when you pull the lid off. And then you're just gonna fluff it up. This is how it looks. Here it is with the back camera. Okay, now that we let it sit, I can lift the pan with my hands. I'm gonna cut it. If y'all do make this, please come back to my video and let me know if you liked it. Bite for you. When I made this the other night, right after we got done eating it, I was like, wow, that would have been really good with some crushed up Doritos on top to give it some sort of crunch to like go against all the salt. So tonight I'm going to put Doritos on it. I'm not sure which one. I think probably just regular. And then also I think I'm going to put jalapeno slices on it. And yeah, sorry it took me so long to post this. My kids were being crazy today and it's really hard to film with 2 kids. So